guys.
Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. We just wanted to thank you for all the comments and
Yes.
constructive feedback.
Yes, on the previous video. That's the race talk part 2. We got some comments. And I'm sorry that I did most of the talking.
It's also that we decided to have this topic a lot about him mainly because it's a racist topic, or it's about race in general. And it's more about...
It's a very sensitive topic.
It's a really sensitive topic, and that's why we both felt like he should talk about it mostly, because he has a lot of experience and he experienced a lot of things. And of course I did experience some things, but not as extreme, because the fact is I'm white and he is black. Just to put it out there.
In case you're not sure.
In case you have noticed.
In case you haven't noticed, yeah.
So that's why we felt like, or I felt like, that it's a topic that he should talk about mainly.
Yeah, I mean, in the future, like I said in the comments, I'll try to let her do more talking, you know. But like for the race talk, that was quite a very sensitive topic to me, so I was just going on and on and on. But yeah, today we have another interesting topic. You want to tell them what the topic is?
Today we're going to talk about friendship, friends, how that changed, or how that actually impacted in our lives, like friends, how they impact our lives, but also how it changed once you became
It changes
it changes once you become a couple. So we're going to talk about that and just how we experienced it, how I experienced it, because I think everybody's dealing with that. And also then please let us know how you guys experienced it. Comment below, and yeah, let us know how you felt when you became a couple and how things changed for you regarding friends.
Yeah, so we'll start by talking about, or just introducing to you guys how friendship changes, like she said, when you become a couple. Because as you've noticed, or as you will notice in the future, there are some friends that you had while you were still single that fall away or are no longer as good friends when you become a couple, because now you're in a different phase of your life and in a different season of your life. And so we'll be trying to share our experience and also encourage you to not think that something is completely wrong. You're just in a different season.
Yeah. So I would say that it's not only in a season of maybe when you become a couple. It could be also when you're in high school, you're going to college, and then you no longer are as close to those people that you went to high school with, or once you go to college, and after college you go your own way and you go have a job. You're gonna experience that sometimes friends are just for some seasons, and they're good for those seasons that you have, because it makes you feel home and it makes you feel okay and comfortable, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will be your friends your lifelong. And we talked about it, and it's interesting because we had that kind of example with a tree. So for example, you're going through life and you have friends by your side, and you know, at some season of your time you just separate from each other because no longer working. Let's say those are the leaves. The leaves are nice and beautiful for some seasons and needed for some seasons, but in some season the leaves will fall from the tree. So that basically are those, the leaves from the tree are basically those friends that you have seasonal. And then you have the branches. Those branches are really important because without those branches there are no leaves, and those branches connect from the stems to the roots. So those branches are friends that stay longer through different seasons. So maybe you have 1-2 friends that you No, okay, they stayed from high school to college to university with you, and impacted their lives. You guys impacted each other's lives basically, and yeah, there's a time where, for example, you move, you do Bible school, or you changing your position in your life. For example, being a Christian, or deciding to do something totally different than this other person or this friend. And that's the time where branches sometimes crack, and they need to crack sometimes to blossom or to give fruits, basically. So these are also longer friends, but also
for a certain period of time, they still go away no matter how long that they've been with you, because at some point, like she said, the branches fall off to give way for new branches that will produce new leaves and new fruits.
Yeah. And then you have the stem, and the stem is those friends, or those one friend maybe that you have in life that you are really close to. Okay, you've been through a lot of things, and you stick together. But there's gonna be a time where the tree needs to be cut off. The stem needs to be cut off, not the roots entirely, but the stem in itself, to bear new fruits, to grow more. And that's basically what we believe in, that sometimes you're going through life, and sometimes God is cutting, or Jesus is cutting things off from your life, and it hurts really much. And that could even mean that there's a friend of yours that is leaving you, and it's just you cut off connection with that person because it's no longer good. And it hurts the first time, in the first period of months. It might hurt, and it's painful, but it's good because it will bear fruits, and it will help you to grow.
Yeah, it's important to know, because normally the term for it when referring to a tree is called pruning. And when you try to prune a tree, you do it for the purpose of giving the tree an opportunity to produce more fruits. And even the tree bleeds, and you can see it bleeding. But it doesn't mean that the tree is dying. Actually, it feels hurtful, and so it is also going to feel hurtful to you when you lose friends that have been in your life for a long time. Sometimes it is God taking them away from you. Sometimes it's just because of laziness or circumstances.
Yeah.
Maybe you traveled somewhere and you became lazy, or he or she became lazy, and people no longer want to put in the work that it takes to connect with people anymore. And most times you get a lot of promises that says, oh, I will write you, I will connect with you, I will visit you, no matter where you are, I will come over. But then it doesn't really work out like that. And you get used to that. But even when you lose those friends that you thought, oh, these are very crucial friends, at that point you need to realize that those people are not really in my roots. They were like stems, very important to me for a season. But now I've lost them, or they're no more. And it hurts because it bleeds, you bleed. But eventually, you're going to have the opportunity to build up more and stronger stems. But you need to know who are leaves, who are branches, and who are stems. There are people who left my wife, people that...
I think we're going to talk about it more.
Yeah,
I'm going to talk about it more.
They didn't really... they stopped connecting with her when they discovered that she was getting married to me. There are also some people some friends that will leave you when you make a huge decision in your life that they don't agree with.
Yeah.
We have friends like that also. So just to have that in mind.
Yeah, and I think the roots are in our lives is Jesus. First of all, our roots are in Jesus, and then second of all, because I have a spouse, and because we made a vow to each other, and because we married each other, he's also part of the roots, because I'm constantly going through life with him, basically. And I think to make it more personal, I'm just going to share a little bit how I've been through, like what's been going on in my life, because as you guys know, we moved to a new place and to an entirely new place, and I don't really have any connections here. So the last couple months, I've really been through a process of, thinking about friendships and thinking about how much we sometimes, as in a culture, are so needy for friends, and we trying to be friends with everybody and everyone. And once you go to work, you need to be friends with everyone. And I kind of felt like God was reminding me of how actually things changed a lot when I came together with my husband. There was a time where friends around me that were close friends, like friends. I'm not talking about friends that I knew for 3 years. Those were friends that I knew for 10 years, over 10 years I knew them. And those friends were no longer friends anymore. They became no friends.
They were not interested.
They were not there. They were not happy with my decision by getting married to my husband. They were not supporting me in a way. And with that, by all means, I don't mean like you shouldn't tell me constructive criticism. I think it's good that you have friends around you that talk to you and that tell you the truth into your face, and it's really important. And I'm also that kind of person who does that. But it has something to do with unwisely decisions that they took, but also decided to move against me and trying to move and tell me and talk me out of something that was in itself godly. So that happened, and I'm still kind of hurt out of it. I mean, I would lie if I would say I'm still, I'm healed and everything is fine now. I'm still hurt because those are friends that I've gone to school with and did, scouts teams with and different things, and it's been a process of learning that sometimes friends are just seasonal. And and then also, I mean, when the wedding came, I could see who were really good friends, those who would make the long way to just come to attend to my wedding, and those who called before and just said, no, I'm not gonna be there, I'm not gonna help you, I'm not gonna do that. And that's where you're mostly gonna see in tough situations, in tough circumstances, that's where you're gonna see who's sticking to you.
Yeah.
And who's with you in the same boat.
It's very good to know that friendships are important. Like nobody's an island, and friendships play a very huge role. We are meant to live in a community, and it's a normal desire to seek to have friends.
Yeah.
But be careful, because you don't want to misplace your priorities, or you don't want to call branches stems, you don't want to call leaves branches. So somehow you need to be discerning of what friends are meant for what season. Mm-hmm. And when they go, you let them go because they were there for that season. I'm not saying that you're not going to feel it, but eventually you have to let it go and stop holding on. Mm-hmm. And reach out to get whatever new is out there. And I also want to encourage you to also invest time in making friends. Don't be too focused on just working and doing things by yourself, because if a day comes and you can no longer work, and let's say you can no longer perform, the most important things in your life are the people around you. Not all the buildings you've built or the cars you have, but the people around you. It's the greatest resources. But there are people that you thought would last longer and they don't. As a couple, your first friend and the person that should be your best friend, your first friend, should be your spouse. Because they know almost everything about you, and they're like your roots. Mostly when you have a root, you have like 1 or 2 or 3 very good friends that hold you down, you know. And for those of you that are looking for good friends that you can call roots, we are also encouraging you to put yourself out there, you know, and pray and ask God to send you those friends that you really need to hold you down when things are going hard. People that can be honest with you but still be encouraging in that way.
Because I think it's important that you pray for friends. I think it's really important that you put it out there and say, God, I need a friend. That's what happened with my husband. I came in a time where he was telling God, I need a friend. I need someone who loves me, who cares, who, you know, who's with me, who's on my side, and who can go through life with me. Okay guys, we're gonna just cut it here because we're gonna have 2 parts, part 1, part 2 about this topic, and I hope you guys liked it. Hit the like button, comment down below, and yeah, stay tuned for part 2.
Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.